Alright, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem of Hakudash. I want to give a double honor to our apostles and elders up in Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. And a sincere peace and salutations to all the Akim pushing his word and truth and in all sincerity. It's your brother Ganan from DC Church coming back at you with a quick video. Lord's will be quick. Just want to, matter of fact, this will be episode number 41 of The Milk. Entitling this video spiritual fight. This is a spiritual fight. This is not a carnal fight. I want to start in Romans 12 and 19. It says, "Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord." And that's one of the first things you always have to remember when you come into this truth, is that the vengeance is truly the Lord's, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. Because that's where the righteousness start. So all this disrespect is coming against them. All this wickedness is coming against them, and we are their men. So we feel it, and we feel the disrespect firsthand. But it's the repaying of this vengeance starts with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah when it gets physical. All right. This is 2 Corinthians 10 and 3. It says, For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. Just reminding you that things aren't carnal, man. You shouldn't be putting your hands on people, because they don't believe what we believe or whatever the case may be. All you're doing is making the church and the ministry look bad. It's giving us a bad name, and we're supposed to be blameless, because we're still going to get crucified, demonized, whatever. We're still going to get X'd out of this place, but the point is, according to prophecy, it's going to be done wrongfully unto us, but if you out here acting like a nigga, you out here getting in fights and pretty much counting your wins, so to speak, then that's not of the Lord, right? Ephesians 6 and 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And if you know anything about, this devil, Edom, Esau, so-called white man that the Bible speak of, that he laid a lot of snares and traps for, the righteous, So if you're a man of the Lord, you want to kick that carnal spirit, because you're going to fall right into his traps. You're going to end up with a woman that's loud and boastful and obnoxious, and you're going to knock her head off because you're carnal. Your spirit is led by your old man, so to speak. Or you're going to be out in one of these clubs or out somewhere, and you're not ruling your spirit, and you're going to find yourself in a lot of trouble. And now you're in the traps of Esau. Now Esau is justified in a certain way of demonize you when it's time. This is Ephesians 4 and 20. It says, "But ye have not so learned Hamashiach, if so be that ye have heard of him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yahweh Shah, that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to deceitful lust." And that's typically how that's niggatry, man. Always getting in fights, always getting in some shit, always getting in some trouble because you mad or you can't control yourself or whatever the case may be. That's some nigga shit. That's the old conversation. That's the way you used to conduct. But when you come into this truth, you got to transform it, right? Continuing on, it says that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness. And that's what you got to put on, true holiness. And we know what the word holy means. It means to be separate. You have to separate yourself from this world. You have to separate from the conduct that you used to be in. That's why that process of killing that old man is extremely important, because any way that we were back in the world is not of Yahweh Shah, man. And in Philippians, it tells us to put on the same mind. Philippians 2 and 5, you're supposed to put on the same mind as Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, you know? And when Yahweh Shah was tested in Matthew, the 4th chapter, what he do? You know? He fought the devil by the scriptures, man. You know? He fought the devil by the scriptures. I got Deuteronomy 28 and 1 and 2. It says, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. You know? And what's one of the things that the Lord have told us? The first verse that we read, starting off the video, is, dearly beloved, avenge not yourself, but rather give place unto wrath. You're supposed to give place unto wrath, man. Because a wrathful man is never justified. It shall lead to your destruction, according to Sirach 1 and 22. This is Judah 5 and 17. It says, and while they sinned not before their power, they prospered, because the power that hated iniquity was with them. You know, when we sin not, when we actually listen, you know, we'll get these blessings, you know, and our power will be with us, you know. But when we depart from that, it says, but when they depart from the way which he had appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs, and the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities was taken by enemies. So you see what happens when you lead in that carnal path, when you stray away from the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You know? Then we're left naked, so to speak. We're left without a power. We're left without strength. You know? And that's where the trouble really comes in at. You know? So remember these words, man. Remember the words of the scriptures, and take it with all your might, man. Because this is your lifeline, so to speak. Not so to speak, this is your lifeline. Alright? So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Akakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of the great millstone. Shalom.